Hey there, Smodcast supporters and listeners. It's your old pal, Fat Kev Smith. Guess what, man? We're hitting the road with some shows. That's right, man. A Smodco show is heading your way, and I'm here to give you some dates for that before we dive into this week's new episode of whatever podcast you're about to listen to of the 96 that I record daily. Tickets for all of these things are available at csmod.com. March 13th, Babble at the Improv again in Melrose. March 14th, there's a Evening with Kevin Smith Q&A and a Jay and Silent Bob Get Old in Tempe, Arizona at the Tempe Improv. March 27th, once again, we're back at the Improv on Melrose, but we're doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old at the Improv this time. March 28th, we're doing Edumacation with me and Andy McElfresh at the Ice House in Pasadena. On April 4th, we're doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old in Ontario, California at the Ontario Improv. On April 11th, we're doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old and a Q&A at the Brea Improv. April 17th, I'm doing Why Bry with Brian Johnson, and doing a Evening with Kevin Smith Q&A at the Fort Lauderdale Improv. April 18th, doing Why Bry and Evening with Kevin Smith at the Palm Beach Improv in Florida. And then April 19th, we're doing Why Bry in Orlando. That's when I go see my mom. Anyway, there's a bunch of shows if you're in those neck of the woods. Vancouver, Seattle, Hollywood, Pasadena, Arizona, Tempe, Arizona, Ontario, California, Brea, California, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, or Orlando, Florida. Come see a Smodco show. Tickets, as always, available at csmod.com. And now, a free Smodco podcast for your ear pussy.
Don't forget to go to naturebox.com and sign up to get your free sampler box of great tasting, wholesome snacks. Forget the vending machine and start snacking.
NatureBox?
Smarter. let's just do this 15-second free.
You just want to get it through?
Yeah, this is the way your other pods do it.
All right, but I love a NatureBox, but okay.
I heard the most boring fucking Audible ad the other day. It was a straight fucking read, and I was like, oh, God, I can't even imagine doing that.
Yeah.
Well, get ready.
All right, go ahead. Let's see how it feels.
Forget the vending machine and start snacking. Smarter with delicious treats like BBQ Kettle Kennels.
Oh, BQ.
vanilla granola.
Go to naturebox.com/TSD. That's naturebox.com/TSD. Is that 15 seconds? Did I give them enough?
What do
they get? I mean, what do they, what their...
Free snacks. Free sampler box.
Oh, free sampler box and free shipping, right? Isn't that the other thing?
No.
Okay. I thought it's free something or other. If you go on, they'll tell you.
Sweet.
Yeah. Hey, Sage, you know what I was thinking?
No.
You don't know, do you? I was thinking about how cold out it is. It's cold, right?
No.
Yes, it is. It's very cold outside. But you know what's warm is Florida. Mm-hmm. And you know what they have down in Florida? They have mini golf. They have swimming.
I'm not. I just swim.
Dude, you want to go swimming?
Yes.
Well, I'm here to tell you something. Guess what? You can't go swimming.
Please. It's too fun.
Want to know why? Because we can't afford it. We don't have any money. But I have an idea. If everybody got together and they went to see me and Kev, you know Kev?
I see.
If you went to see me and Kev in Fort Lauderdale on the 17th, Palm Beach on the 18th, and Orlando on the 19th, maybe, just maybe, you could realize your dream of going swimming down in Florida. Wouldn't that be nice?
A little bit.
A little bit or a lot of bit?
Lot bit.
A lot of bit. That's what I say. But if we don't sell these tickets, guess what? You're going to have to go swimming at the beach here. And chances are you're going to freeze. And your body will sink to the bottom of the river. And it won't come up until it warms up a little bit. Probably sometime in May. And then by then, all the fishes and the horseshoe crabs are going to eat you up.
What is it about?
What am I talking about?
Yes.
I'm talking about death in the Shrewsbury River versus swimming around in pools in Florida and having fun. Which sounds better? Going swimming?
What is it about?
What am I talking about?
Yes.
I'm talking about comedy shows, girl. I'm talking about the 17th in Fort Lauderdale, the 18th in Palm Beach, and once again the 19th in Orlando, and then the 20th, That's when we start having fun.
What is it about?
You know what I'm talking about. I'll knock you right off that chair. It's not funny. This is serious business, you little creep. Now, all you got to do is go to csmod.com/ybri.
What is it about?
You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it again. I'm talking about fun. I'm talking about swimming. I'm talking about enjoying the finer things in life. What are you talking about?
No.
Because you're only 8. So tell everybody, go see Dada and go see Kev
Okay.
so I can go swimming.
I'm swimming.
And if you don't swim, are you going to cry?
No.
Yeah, you are. So you're going to cry. What will it sound like when you cry? Probably like this. All right. Go buy those tickets. csmod.com/ybri.
What is it about?
You know what I'm talking about!
I'll tell you what, I haven't hit one of those things on your checklist, and I still don't give a fuck.
Hey, fuckos. How dare you use that tone with us and wag your finger and say that we care about unimportant shit. Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave. We're not sitting around the poker table. We the change of scenery. We're at the, well, what would you call this, Walt? The Chasing Amy Diner?
That's what I would call it.
I guess.
Or the King's Army
the
2
the
Diner.
King's Arm 2 Diner. That is an odd name. I'm curious as to the backstory.
Well, there's the New Jersey, especially Monmouth County, with such a long history of knights. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be. I wonder what I would have been. Knave, right? Just general knave. You know, just
You would have been born in a stockade.
yeah.
You're right.
Me and Pam and Edgar in matching stockades and shit.
And a little baby one.
Yeah, like they're whipping baby food at me instead of like full tomatoes.
The laughing stock.
Yeah. I'm like, how? I was just born. How is this possible? No BQ this week. BQ is busy.
Yeah, busier than a bee.
Yeah, man. He is some schedule, that guy. So we're here to fucking entertain you, to keep it rolling, to keep the Tell 'em Steve Dave train fucking rolling on. Fucking Toad still up to his shenanigans.
Did you confirm him yet?
Confirm?
Yeah, for his Skype interview.
I have not yet. No, I don't. Whenever you're ready to do it, I think I can confirm it about 3 minutes before it takes place, and he'll be all right. It was. I think Quinn would be more impressed. Although you may have heard of him, Diamond Dallas Page.
No, wrestler.
He's a wrestler. Yeah,
Just the name alone screams WWF.
right. He has a daughter named Brittany Page. Very pretty girl. She tweets a picture of herself with her new glasses on or something. she looks young. I thought she was like 16, 17 years old. Turns out she's in her mid-20s. But Toad, I guess, is consumed with her.
He's enamored.
Yes. So
He's smitten.
I believe so. Although I'll tell you what, he tried to pretend he wasn't later on. But I tweeted to Toad and I said, if you ever retweet another tweet from at Brit Page. I said, "You are dead to me," and then she tweeted me and said, "So I guess you won't be following me," which I thought showed kind of a sense of humor, right? A little bit of a sense of humor.
Yeah.
So I tweeted back and I said, "You know what? Actually, now I am going to follow you, and I'm going to monitor all of Toad's activities to make sure that he doesn't overstep any bounds."
This reemergence of Toad may have been the worst thing that could happen to you, because now you're ready to talk about Toad 24/7, no matter what happens.
I have no choice. He ats me every single tweet. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing. It's crazy. It's crazy when you look at the feed and it's Toad, and I love him.
Maybe he doesn't realize how it works.
Well, I don't think he does, because he said about the retweet, he goes, "I retweeted it. How can you see it?" And I was like, "I follow you, asshole." That's how it works, you know? But now I'm forging a new relationship with Brittany Page, daughter.
She's a wrestler too?
She's not. She does yoga, and I think she has like a yoga studio or something like that, it would appear. I didn't do too much investigation, but she shouldn't be retweeting pictures. He's in his early 40s or something.
Toad?
Yeah, she's 25. He needs to steer clear. I might try to get him banned from Twitter.
Are Mike and Ming verified?
I think Ming is, but I'm not sure about poor Mike.
Could you get Toad verified before one of those two? I was going to say, but if Ming's already verified, there'd be no winning in that one.
If Toad got verified before Mike, I don't think anything could make me happier. Okay, let's see. I'm going to search for, let's see, it's just Mike Zapsik, right, I believe? Mike Zap.
That's meaningful, isn't it, to this internet mentality, right? The blue check means...
Oh, it means a lot to
right?
people.
It's pathetic.
Yeah.
It's like the things that people pine for.
Yeah.
Make our grandfathers vomit.
It would make him weep. It would make him kick our asses through a fucking wall. He'd be like, "Ugh, you disgust me." Let's see. Okay, Ming Chen. Ming Chen is verified.
Yeah, so there'd be no winning in that, getting Toad verified.
Right. Unless Mike isn't. There's still a chance.
I think he is.
You think he is, too?
Yeah. How about Sunday Jeff? How come Sunday Jeff can't get verified? What do you need to get? What do you need to be? Anyway, like, what is it that is... what are you deemed to get that? Somebody of some sort of significance?
I think that, yeah, I think you have to be, so it's basically so that if you're a person of note, no matter how small, evidently, so that people don't
tweet under your identity.
Tweet under your identity, right? Why I can't pull up every tweet I pull up, Ming's name is there, but Mike's isn't. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Cancel timelines. I mean, he's got to be here somewhere. But it also evidently it gets you more followers or something, you know. But there's no need to verify someone if they're not, I guess, in the
public eye.
In the public eye, yeah. There's no reason to validate them or verify them, rather.
2.25 appearances on Comic Book Men isn't enough to get Sunday Jeff verified?
I mean, look, if I ran Twitter, Mike Zapsik is verified.
Okay.
Everybody's verified except for Sunday Jeff. Twitter, we're putting it out there to you. Please, verify Toad and Sunday Jeff.
Is that his name, at Toad, though?
No, it's at JedKnight75, I believe. I mean, I should know since I see it every other tweet. Toad got a little upset too because I called him on his perving on poor Brittany Page, and he tried to say that it stemmed solely from his interest in
Her father.
yoga.
Oh,
No, in yoga.
He's interested in yoga.
Not even the fucking obvious. Like, well, no, I'm just a big fan of her dad. It's just like, oh, no. I love yoga. It's so silly. Oh, this Ghostbusters thing. Quinn texted me very late at night a couple nights ago asking if I heard about this.
New developments?
The new developments, yes.
I haven't heard this.
You haven't heard this, huh?
No.
Evidently, they are making not only a female Ghostbusters movie, but they're also making a male Ghostbusters movie.
Is this in response to the internet wallowing and moaning?
Sony announces second Ghostbusters reboot with male cast.
I'm sure that won't be confusing.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I think happened, right? I think what they did, because it says that Ivan Reitman and Dan Aykroyd have been thinking up branding opportunities since 1984 when it came out, right? It's a pretty long time to be thinking up branding opportunities. But I guess that this is something he and Aykroyd had long discussed. It's remarkably close to the branding prospects included in the Cosmic Bible for the possibilities that they hatched 30 years ago, which were used to form the original film. They were rolling around ideas for Ghost Corps with top execs. Blah, blah, blah. We wanted to expand the Ghostbusters universe in ways that will include different films, TV shows, merchandise, all things that are part of modern filmed entertainment. It's branded entertainment, a scary supernatural premise mixed with comedy. Now, I think this is just my own personal theory. I think they put out the women Ghostbuster thing first to get tons of interest. And
are you saying they went new Coke?
I think they went new Coke on women, and I think the feminists who thought that this was actually a cause have a little bit of egg on their face right now.
Well, they haven't said they're definitely going through with both movies, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, but I feel like it's almost like the women were used to
stir up interest in Ghostbusters?
To stir up controversy and interest. Because when something's controversial, people are far more likely to pay attention to it. Like, you announce a Ghostbusters movie, a lot of people are excited. You announce a Ghostbusters movie with 4 women instead of 4 guys, you get people, you got your white knights protecting, like, why can't 4 girls do it? And then you have your other types
who are interested in seeing a Ghostbusters that was familiar to them in their youth,
full of male energy,
as Q would say.
Yes. So my feeling is that it's entirely possible that they use these poor girls to jumpstart this whole.
But it could backfire horribly, though. If one of the 2 movies, whichever one's released first, doesn't do well,
right?
What's the incentive to release the next one then?
Because I think they're almost shooting them simultaneously, according to what is this Deadline.com. They're going to film it with Channing Tatum and the Russo brothers, whoever they are. I'm not sure. I guess they're the writers. They just made a first-look Sony deal and are looking to direct and produce. Channing Tatum. The hope is for Tatum to play one of the Ghostbusters. So now they have to think of 4 guys that will be the Ghostbusters.
The new cast.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it today. The female, I guess the female cast is kind of set in stone, but I was thinking like you have two very well known, Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig. The other two, I am not familiar with their work, but maybe she was busy. But what about Ellie Kemper?
Who's that?
She played Erin in The Office, the ditzy secretary.
She was the receptionist always at the front of the office.
Yes,
like she greeted people as they walked in.
Right.
She was good.
She's really funny. She's in a show now called Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. It's on. Do you have Netflix?
No.
Okay. It's on Netflix, and she's really, really good in it. The show is great, too. It was
she was good in that show, too.
It was created by Tina Fey. Yeah, she was good in it, and she's phenomenal in this show. So why she wouldn't be a Ghostbuster, I don't know. Maybe schedule conflict. I'm not in. Nobody called me. Nobody told me. I'm not on the inside track.
Maybe when they do, like you said, they're going to do animation, maybe the Saturday morning cartoon, she could do a voice.
She'll do a voice? Well, I can hope, right? So that's my theory on Ghostbusters. As far as, like, guys, what guys you would want to see.
Is that a tinfoil hat theory?
What's that?
Is that you're suspicious of everything and you're kind of
paranoid?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Doesn't it?
You always think that there's an ulterior motive to everything.
There usually is, I find. If they had this Bible, if they were planning on all this stuff, why didn't they mention it all at the same time? Why did they have 6 months of people hemming and hawing about the female Ghostbusters only to say, like, well, don't worry, because there's going to be an all-male Ghostbusters, too.
Well, why can't you take into consideration that they're like, hey, you know what? Let's just do an all-male one, too, because we're taking a lot of hits here. Let's try to placate everybody. Let's try to make everybody happy.
Well, Kristen Wiig said, why couldn't they have 2 males, 2 females in one movie, right? Yeah. Which I thought made perfect sense as well.
Is there enough interest in 2 versions?
I mean, are you asking me, like, do Hollywood people like have ulterior motives and try to fucking pull like?
Are you? I mean, I'm not even a Ghostbusters big fan. I don't even give a fuck. I mean, I don't even know if I'll see 1, let alone 2.
I don't think so. I cannot remember the last movie I went to, and I don't think that should the Ghostbusters movie come out and I haven't seen one, until then, that's the one that I'll fucking flock to the theater to see, I've been meaning to take Sage to fucking SpongeBob, and I still haven't gotten to it. I dislike the theater experience now. I just like watching shit at home. It's just better. But, I don't know. I'm not so sure that's tinfoil. I think that if they had this Bible since fucking 1984.
Dude, that's the thing. That's saying that you believe that there was a Bible. You don't play. How they just didn't come up with that now and just say that.
You think that Reitman and Dan Aykroyd are lying about the Bible?
Possibly.
I hadn't considered that.
They live in Hollywood, don't they?
They do. They do live in Hollywood, and they are known for ulterior motives. The girl version will be coming out first in July 2016. He's got 4 of the funniest women in the world, and there will be other surprises to come. Enough with 4 of the funniest women in the world. I'm here to tell you, Ellie Kemper is funnier. I'm here to tell you that. That's just my opinion, though. They said they waited for years for Bill Murray to read the script. Why do you think? What's Bill Murray's deal? Is he that eccentric? Is he that?
I think he's moved on. I think he's shown that his acting, he doesn't need to go back to in a desperate move to become a Ghostbuster again. There's nothing for him to gain by doing it, at this point in his career.
Right, because he's so good at dramatic work, too. That I don't even think Ghostbusters was his best movie.
Was that sarcasm, or you were serious?
Oh no, I'm serious.
Okay.
I think he's very good in dramatic work.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I haven't seen anything dramatic from him, but I heard he was good. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if there's what's in it for him. We all know Dan Aykroyd maybe is jonesing for something Ghostbuster related,
right?
More than any of them.
He's like, okay, I tried the Blues Brothers thing with John Goodman. That did not work out in my favor. So. If I could get in on the Ghostbuster thing, maybe that could.
I already told you. You asked me this one other time. I guess we didn't release it, but I already said who I would cast as the male Ghostbusters. Remember, I said it was Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, we didn't release it right. Ricky Gervais,
Ray Romano, Kevin James,
right,
and there was a fourth one, right?
Well, you gotta have your black guy. You forgot your black guy.
The dude from The Office, Daryl.
Oh, Craig Robinson. Yeah, Craig would be good.
That's my Ghostbusters.
All right, he's in a Hot Tub Time Machine 2 right now.
I think he could be talked into doing Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah, probably
over Hot Tub Machine 3.
Yeah, if it's between Hot Tub Time Machine 3 and Ghostbusters, I think Craig would probably lean towards Ghostbusters. Although, I don't know, is it stigmatized now that it's
oh yeah, there's no winning
I don't
now.
want to be the fucking black Ghostbuster.
I thought you meant just Ghostbusters in general is stigmatized now. Now there's no winning.
Yeah.
It's become something bigger than it ever should have been, and God knows how it ever got to be this big, because it's so meaningless in the grand scheme of world events. It's almost a crime.
I know that, I think I said it. It might be that show that we never released, but I know that at the time it was released, I should have loved it. I went to see it, and I was like, eh. I
you mean you mean the original? Yeah, it's good. But I'm not I don't have such strong feelings that I could be drawn onto the internet into rage, either for or against whatever side you may fall on the female Ghostbusters. To me, it's a story that should have been on page 10 of any newspaper, and that's it.
Yeah, once. not fucking ongoing. But that's
people realize,
that's Twitter keeping it alive.
There's there's horrible shit going on.
Well, that's it. That's why I say the whole argument and debate over the cast of Ghostbusters being female is perhaps the weakest feminist cause that has ever been fucking presented to mankind. Who gives a shit either way? And to get all fucking in a snit like our buddy Brian Lynch we talked about was, or women who the girl who's like, finally I can dress like a Ghostbuster, not a secretary, fucking, as if she's Rosa Parks sitting in the fucking front of the bus. Give me a goddamn break, man. The people just they've lost fucking perspective. They've lost perspective of what's important, and I know that you can't solely it's like when people they get pulled over for speeding and they're like, why don't you go after the goddamn drug dealers? That's the big problem. As if speeding and killing people isn't a problem too, or speeding and crashing. It's there's enough room for everyone to get tickets. Just it's just, I don't know. And
I think if you're listening to this and you are one of the people who had strong opinions about this, I think it could be, look at it this way, glass half full. It means there's nothing really going on in your life of importance. Nothing is pressing in terms of nothing's dire is going on. Because if there was a significant event in your life,
right,
this story would be, it would be so in your ear and out. It wouldn't have even registered. So that, on one hand, if you felt strongly one way or the other, probably means that things are going pretty good for you.
Yeah, you don't have much to worry about.
Your health must be fine. Your family's health must be in good standing.
Right.
You must be firm footing financially.
Yep.
You're not in debt. You're not.
I'll tell you what. I haven't hit one of those things on your checklist, and I still don't give a fuck. So I'm not really sure what to say about this whole Ghostbusters.
Your kids are getting good grades in school.
Yeah.
What about that one?
That's important. Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Let's say, could you check that one off at least?
Yeah. That one I could check off.
Right.
Yeah, Sage doing well in school is definitely more important than my outrage at the sexism or
Thank you. Well, I think
or lack of sexism.
And this brings us back to the thing. Like I saw, K Muse took another drubbing after last week's show.
Oh no!
As people were like, "You fucking hypocrite." After the trial by Fire Ants.
Okay.
A lot of the internet.
That is something that really got people worked up.
But a lot of the internet and a lot of listeners, I don't think some did, but some just couldn't see the forest through the trees. I tweeted back and forth with one of them. It was never about if you two sucked or didn't sucked.
Mm-hmm.
It was about running on the internet and just having this mentality and attitude that you can say whatever you want and slag someone off so bad the way you never would in real life. Right. You would never walk up and say some of the things that to Bono that you would say on the internet about his album, like it was a piece of shit. Or
in fact, if you saw him and you thought maybe you could get a picture with him, you would definitely run up and fucking be like, "Oh my God, Bono!" Oh.
It was never about, and like they said, like I had somebody be like, "You fucking hypocrite! You download illegal music all the time. How dare you bring that up?" And I was like,
"How do they know what you do?"
Because all they know, I've admitted to it, but it was never about saying I didn't do it. I was saying like, "Hey, fuckos. Here's an artist who turned the tables on you. Instead of you taking from him, he's giving to you against your will, just like you took against his will."
Right.
That's what it was about.
And you know that the people that are complaining and saying, what's that?
They hate you too, and they just cannot for a minute step back and see that like it wasn't about you two.
There was a lady on Twitter, I can't remember her name, but she said that her comment was, well, if you two thought that they had the next Sgt. Pepper's, they wouldn't have given it away for free. And I said, well, they didn't give it away for free. Apple gave them $100 million. And then when Apple...
another person said that too. Why didn't you... Did you cut out the fact... They said that. Did you cut out the fact that you two got $100 million for the release of that album? Why would we need to cut it out? That wasn't part of the argument. That wasn't part of why Chris was put on trial, is because of acting like... He had internet muscles.
Right. They were all puffed up.
Pissing on somebody that he would never act that way in real life, dog. And just like somebody gives you something for free. It's like people who fucking bitch to me and send me emails and be like, "Oh, I like so snide. Oh, I guess tell him Steve Dave's not a weekly podcast no more." And that's all they write, and they send that to K Muse because we didn't release on a Friday.
Right.
And I don't answer it, but boy, I'm tempted to answer those emails at times.
Mm-hmm.
To be like, it's fucking free.
It goes back to the entitlement argument. Yeah. Well, this lady said, that was her analogy, and I said, well, they paid you too, and I said, and Apple will write it off their taxes as promotion, and Apple has a history of keeping money offshore so they don't have to pay taxes.
I just saw over and over again. You two sucks. What if it was Justin Bieber that was put on there? What if it was this? And what if? And I'm like, it wasn't about the artist.
I know.
I'm shocked at how thick-headed.
I thought it was explained pretty well.
Yeah.
I'll wrap that one up. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Well, then the same lady came back and she said, well, what if you bought a brand new GM and when you looked in the glove compartment box, there was a romance novel in there? And I said, well, I think it would be a little bit more mysterious than a music company giving you free music.
What would I do? I would be like, oh, if I was into romance novels, A, I'd read it.
Right.
If I wasn't, B, I'd throw it away.
Would you
Or
ever...
C, just leave it in there, like, because I never look in the glove compartment anyway, and it wouldn't matter to me.
So wait a second. Are you here to tell me that there is no D? I would go to Twitter and repeatedly register my outrage and how bad Bono sucks, and Bono and U2 breaking into my iPod, and it's the end of the world, and it's so fucking meaningless. You know, and like I said, a cursory search of the internet showed how you could take it off. They thought they were doing something positive for people.
Well, and you know, like you said earlier, there may be ulterior motives.
Oh, they're Hollywood, of course.
Hollywood. So, of course, you're into just cut those people off at the pass so Kane
It
Hughes
wasn't
doesn't have
totally
to.
altruistic. Yeah.
But I'm surprised that, but I shouldn't be surprised. I should never be surprised at the level of whininess. But I'm surprised that that was something that caused that kind of level of backlash.
Yeah, I don't see that kind of stuff. I mean, unless I see it on Twitter and some guy likened it to breaking into his car and putting a free air freshener in there. To which I said I fully support and encourage Tim Cook and Bono breaking into your car and hanging up one of those little pine trees. I would love to see that.
I think that there were people who were so disliked U2 that they weren't able to see that it wasn't about U2. For them, it still was about U2
Right.
even after they listened.
Ghost Pussy himself fucking said it wasn't about U2. He admitted that if it was a Soundgarden or a Nirvana or something else, he wouldn't have been mad. It was the fact that it was a band that he didn't like that was uploaded to his iPod sans permission. I mean, for fuck's sake.
And then I guess
But
other
people
pe-
feel strongly. Oh my God, they feel
this
strongly.
is
Some
like,
people.
again, like these are like you've talked about before. There's mountains and hills that people will fight for, and you can tell their level of what they're fighting for. It says a lot about them.
Yeah.
You know, you could sum up somebody who if this is their mountain or hill that they fight for. Mm-hmm. There's just not much there. You know, there's just nothing else there to fight for. Obviously,
It's funny you should say that because I have an upcoming story that I fit into that category.
all right, go ahead.
You remember my neighbor, the one that I sent the scathing text to?
Senior citizen, right?
No, not really. She's like 60, like late
That's a senior,
50s.
isn't
65, I think. You're
She's not. She hasn't hit the senior status
I
yet.
wouldn't say she's mentally. Maybe she's a senior or whatever.
The way you described her, I saw itty bitty old lady.
Oh well, you're gonna see her.
Oh, you have a picture of her?
Yes, because what happened was, at the end of the text, if you didn't listen to last week, I got into an argument with my neighbor. Basically, she wanted me to move a screen that was it had fallen out of my window, and it was sitting like right in front of the window, leaning against the building. And I said that screen will move when the association moves it. Now, I guess this was Sunday. I went up to Pam's house. Edgar has like some saws and stuff, and me and Sage and Suzanne were building a table. So I had to make some cuts and stuff.
What kind of table?
Like a coffee table.
That you guys would use in the house?
Yeah.
So you're building it out of scratch? You're just getting some wood and carving and chiseling and really?
Yeah. We went to the and we're taking pictures of the whole process.
This is like the Amish level of like a free time activity, family time.
A little bit. Instead of going out and buying one, we decided like, hey, let's try to make our own table.
You got.
See if we're we could be a little bit can-do.
And everybody still got their 10 fingers.
Everybody's got their fingers. Yeah. Well, at first Edgar was.
Do the cups slide off? The glasses slide off the table.
We haven't assembled it yet. Yeah. It's not at like a 45-degree angle just yet. But like Edgar at first was like he's like first he tells Pam that what's that? Go ahead.
I can't even imagine trying to convince my kids. It's like, all right, girls, get up. Check this out. We're going to build a coffee table today.
Right.
The level of like disinterest would be off the charts, and I would just be like, get that level. All right, get that sander.
Right.
Come on, Alicia.
Where'd they go?
Deb, you're in this too. Let's go. Come on. It's an all-day event.
Yeah, no. Sage is, she gets very excited. Anytime I'm like, hey, you want to do something? She's very down for projects.
Suzanne knows her way around some power tools that she can help you with this project.
She's very crafty. She does a lot of like arts and crafts and stuff like that.
Well, a hot glue gun and some beads is a bit different than a coffee table.
Well, there's tons of beads on the table. That's the thing. Well, she didn't want to cut any of the wood, so now like we have all the cut wood, so she'll be more involved in like the assembly. It's a pretty basic design. It's not like fine Victorian furniture.
Did you guys cut the tree down too? Because that would be badass if you cut the tree down.
It would have been a little bit more badass, but instead we went to Lowe's. And we bought the screws and shit from there. We didn't hand forge nails or do the wooden peg and shit, all that stuff.
So Edgar is he raising an eyebrow at this venture, or is he on board?
Well, his first comment was like, "Well, why don't you start with a birdhouse? Like, try to build a birdhouse," which to me was like, all right. In Edgar speak, it's cool. That's really not that bad.
Well, he's saying, I guess, let's see if you can start small,
right?
Because if the birdhouse collapses, just the poor bird is going to feel the effects. But if that table collapses,
right,
you guys could be walking around. Well, not walking around for a while. You guys, all three, could be in wheelchairs.
Right, you'll all have beads stuck in your feet and shit. But we cut the wood and we brought it back down to the house. And when I pull up, I notice that the screen has been moved. And I'm going to...
Is this the first thing you look for as soon as you come home every day to make sure no one's touched that screen?
No, not at all. Not at all. But I did notice because of the placement. Because like there's a bunch of snow in front of in front of our little porch area there. So the way it was placed definitely told me. I was like, I would have noticed it. And the reason I would have noticed it was because we still have Christmas lights up. And I was like, I should probably take them down.
Just don't want to lose your train of thought.
Okay, I still got it, don't worry.
Me and the girls this weekend, we didn't build a table.
No.
But while on a drive from Long Branch back to our house, all we did was count how many people still had Christmas lights up. That was the game we played.
How many? How many did you
we found, we didn't drive by your house.
Okay, so you can add one because they're still not down.
we found at least 6 houses on the way back.
Right.
That was the way we killed time on a drive back from Long Branch the other day.
There's worse ways.
Yeah. We weren't going down like all little streets looking for them. This was on our predestined route.
It took you 13 hours to get home from fucking Long Branch.
And every time we saw one, especially, we were like, who?
You're like, what white trash losers? Well, the biggest problem was since Christmas, it's been like 10 degrees out every day. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck enough to go out there in that kind of cold weather and ice. And like I'm definitely... that even at this, middle age, I still have the old man like whoa, like slipping on ice and shit all the time, you know, and it's just not worth it, man. You know.
Well, how I've seen your place though. I mean, how high can those lights get? I mean, they can't go higher than like 8 feet, right?
Yeah, you need a ladder, and well, they push all the fucking snow up against the like when they plow, they push all
But
the snow up.
Tell me you don't
against
light them at night.
Oh no!
Okay.
No! Yeah, I'm like Pam with her fucking Christmas music in July and shit. I'm like, still not over. I saw a dude I hadn't seen in some time. He used to own the pizza place up where you know
CVS used to be.
Right, and it was late February, and he said Happy New Year, and I was like, Jesus Christ Almighty, like you're pushing it, dude. Like just because you haven't.
I don't think I've ever said Happy New Year to anybody past January 1st. Like I wouldn't even say it on January 2nd, probably.
Right.
Because it's so like you know I'm not genuine. So what's the point?
Right. Yeah. This is not sincere. What I'm about to say to you is completely insincere. But,
all right. So you go home. You see the screen is missing.
So I see not missing, but moved. And I was like, "What the fuck? She fucking moved it." Now, I have 2 security cameras set up, so I can go back and look and see.
Are those cameras invisible to someone walking up, or are they visible?
Now this is the almost the funniest part of the story is the camera is so visible in the window that I'm like, I cannot fucking believe she didn't see it. But I'm about to show you, and I know we have like a YouTube channel. I can't remember what the name is. When this episode comes out, I will tweet the link. So if you want to see it, you got to get on Twitter.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I guess just that. Yeah.
Have a great night. Thank you.
You too.
Motherfucker made me lose my train of thought.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, if you wanna see it, you're gonna have to check out our Twitter after this drops because I cannot recall the Twitter channel. But let's see. Okay, so basically, what I'm about to show you is a woman who was so petty as to, as she's calling Suzanne a bitch and a cunt, also says, kindly remove the screen. I tell her the screen's staying where it is. Now, like I said, we were up at Pam and Edgar's doing our Amish table assembly. I come back, I see the screen is moved, so I check my my video camera, and this is what it looks like. Now, you see the woman with her dog.
She's walking up to the...
She's walking up.
She's looking around. She looks behind her. She's like, they're not here.
Mm-hmm.
She looks around to see if anybody's watching her. She looks exactly like I thought she would. She takes the screen.
Now watch the double take here.
She's walking away with the screen. And then she comes back into the screen. She comes back into view without the screen. She took it off camera, though.
You can see she puts it down. She puts it down right by our railing, like the railing to the porch.
Right, and that's all she did?
That's what she did. Now, if that isn't the pettiest fucking bullshit of all time...
Yeah, I thought you were going to say like maybe she defecated on her or something.
No, it wasn't that good. She didn't. If you'd want to see someone defecating on someone's screen, this is not the movie to watch.
I thought you said she was going to like maybe
But this is my. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, she walks off there, but it's. Where is it? It's. She reaches over, grabs the screen. And then Wait a second. I got to back it up a little bit more. Because first she walks up.
Yeah, she looks all over.
She looks over.
Around, yeah.
She's looking over to see if we're home. You see her? And then she peeks around the corner because she wants to make sure that, like, Suzanne and Sage aren't there and just I'm gone. So she fucking moves the screen. You're right. She walks off and she puts in front of the railing. Then she walks away without the screen, grabs her dog, and walks back to her apartment, which is a couple doors down. Now,
not much of an aha.
No, it was pretty fucking obvious that she did it. Now, the time lapse, though, between when we left and when she did this was 4 hours. So I went through all the footage and, I was doing other shit, but at a certain point I was like, maybe the association moved it, right? It was literally in the last, had we come home 5 minutes earlier, she wouldn't have been able to do it. But
all she did was she just moved it to a different spot in front of your house, right?
Right, which is not her place to do.
No, it's in the grand scheme. I mean, I've seen some television shows about, like, on ID channel, like Neighbors from Hell.
Right. It's worse than her.
They'd be chuckling if at this level. They wish for some of the stuff that was the level of neighbors doing them wrong.
I've had worse neighbors than this in the past as well, but it's the pettiness. Now you said how visible is the camera. Now this is a picture of the camera. You can see in the left, and I'll also post this on our Twitter. In the left-hand corner, that camera is pretty fucking obvious. It's a black camera against white curtains, right? So now you see the screen is back because I put it back, and I added a sign that said, "Warning, do not move screen under penalty." And put it in a plastic bag and taped it to the screen.
It's too bad you had to write it with magic marker. If you had gotten a real like screen printed sign that said that would have been, she probably would have been more scared.
But here's the thing: it was what I loved about the sign was the ambiguity of
the penalty.
Under penalty.
Yeah, what's the penalty?
What the fuck does it mean? I purposely worded it strangely so she would be like, "What? Like, what does that even mean?" And then, as you can see here, I turned the screen around. I mean, I turned the curtains around, so now the black is on the outside, so you can hardly see the camera, and the screen is there with the sign. Now, the biggest fucking disappointment is that she hasn't tried to move it again.
Well,
she hasn't touched it.
How many days?
Now this would be we did the thing Sunday, so today's Wednesday. We're recording this, so yeah, it's been a good 3 days, and she hasn't touched it. It hasn't come over.
My guess is she's not going to.
She gave up.
No, I think the sign is going to be the trick.
The sign,
scary sign.
You think the sign scared her off? Do you think she actually believed? Like she, it's. You see the screen, like a nice sign, definitely says like, "Ooh, maybe the association wrote this and I'm in trouble." that hand printed sign in my chicken scratch obviously says that dickhead made this sign and thinks he's going to scare me off. And I really thought it would goad her into moving it again. And it fucking didn't, and it was so disappointing.
It is very hard to hear that story, and to sit there how self-righteous we were talking about hills. It's about hills to die on.
Oh, I know. That's why I said earlier.
You're putting me in a position now, where I feel like you like that. Like I'm standing on your fucking ill-built table right now, about to crash underneath me.
Under a pile of wooden beads.
As I wag my finger at people who emailed me and told me that I was what's the word when you're a hypocrite, and that I had no right to say any things I said, and now
but I don't
follow up my finger wagging with that story.
But see, to
done
me,
me an injustice.
see, to me, that story was like, to do something like that to me is so fun. And because it is so, like, look, if I was enraged or I was angry, it would be one thing. If I wrote to K-Muse too and I'm like, blah, 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 then I would get it. But it's like, for me, it was just like, it's just toying with her. I want to lead her. And because I wanted to talk about it on the show, I'm like, this will be funny. It's not something.
I hear you. But I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
anticipating poor K-Muse's week.
Poor K-Muse getting like, your friend's a fucking hypocrite too. Stupid fat asshole.
How dare you use that tone with us and wag your finger and say that we care about unimportant shit.
Yeah, it is unimportant. I don't care how. This is unimportant. This screen thing is unimportant. In fact, it would work to my benefit if I put the screen back in, because it's been so nice and I don't want the cats to jump out the window. So if I just put the screen back in, I could open my window. But I'm going to give it another couple days, and if she doesn't bite, then fuck it. I guess it's over. But the video, like I said, if you go to our Twitter, I'll post the link and you can check her out.
I'm surprised you
sneakiness.
You didn't confront her with the video.
I was going to, but I didn't, because I figured if I did, I couldn't do my slow, You
couldn't lay your honey trap.
Right. The honey.
This is basically a box with a stick and a string on it.
Yes.
That's in your eyes.
Yeah, I also considered forging a letter from the association about how she was touching other people's property and shouldn't, but
that could get you in big trouble.
That probably could have gotten me in more trouble. Yeah, just putting a stupid sign that says "Don't touch this screen" under penalty. But her husband saw Suzanne today, and he's like, spring's on its way, huh? Like, I think he doesn't like his wife so much that he's on our side.
Because when you get to a certain age, I seen this when I used to work at a community center. Mm-hmm. There'll be couples, if they're lucky or unlucky enough to still be living with each other after 30 to 40 years of marriage,
right,
and having to put up with one or the other's nonsense.
Right.
They are so grateful that they focus their bitterness on somebody else, mm-hmm, that they're like, fuck, I'm not in the crosshairs.
Right.
Right. Just,
yeah,
I don't have to hear it. They're ragging on somebody else.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I seen it constantly back when I worked at the community center.
Yeah, like the bread didn't come in like when it was supposed to, and they would flip the fuck out, and there would be some guy or some woman being like, "Thank Christ, they're focused on the fucking tardiness of this bread." I can't remember. We must have talked about it at some point, but the bread deliveries we used to make. But
I don't know if we ever did. That's right. Yeah. I mean, it was something. It shows you how tired I was of the job, that any break in the monotony of it, like going to get bread, I looked forward to. It's like, oh, we're getting bread. Cool.
Right.
Get to drive out of town and go to this. Basically, like it looked like. If you remember the Terminator movies when they're in the future, where the resistance was all holed up while they were trying to like rest in between battling Terminators.
Yeah,
that's what this looked like.
It looked like if there was an apocalypse and there was some sort of like distribution center where people were giving out bread to the survivors. This would have been the place. Yeah. And you would drive there, and pick up your load of bread. You
would bring in the van into this silo, ill-lit, dirty, made out of brick.
Fuck.
Everything was made out of concrete. It just looked like something built in the 1920s. And they would hustle you in, whoever was giving out this spoiled bread, right? Well, not spoiled, but
it wasn't spoiled, but it was past its due date.
Expired bread.
Yeah, it wasn't like moldy.
No,
But like, if you were shopping at a store and it's like, say it's March 11th, and you see that it's about to expire on the March. Okay.
I thought you guys were open 24 hours. Oh, okay. What time do you guys close? Okay. All right. No problem.
We'll be done. Thanks. Like if you saw that it was gonna, it was like the sell by date was the 12th, you wouldn't even buy it in a store. But this was stuff, I guess, that had been returned, kind of like Eugene's Tasties.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we would drive out, we would get the bread and then bring it back, and the senior citizens. And some of them had money. I know for a fact some of them had money. They would come down, and it was as if...
You were giving out money.
It was as if, we had driven down and filled up a couple of gallon jugs from the Fountain of Youth. And they were like, mine. Yes, or free money. And you had two different... You had two different... stages. The stage of you got back to the wreck to separate the bread, and there were a couple seniors there who would go fucking ballistic first to get the best bread or the bread they wanted, and then we would have to reload the bread and then bring it down to the senior center, which wasn't that far. It was maybe a half mile, but they were at the door waiting. They were like fucking seagulls.
What took you so long?
Yes. Angry if there wasn't enough bread, angry if it was the wrong bread, angry, and the number of old ladies that were like, so-and-so took 2 loaves,
yes.
So-and-so took the last loaf of rye.
Telling me as if I was going to go up to a woman who was in her 80s,
yeah,
and say, hey, I'm taking that bread from you.
Yeah, like kick her door in and be like, so you do have 2 loaves of bread after all. Yeah. And you just, you think of that and you're like, my God, I fucking hope my life isn't that small when I get older. And I'm making signs about older. But to me, it's about entertaining.
You're on the road to bitching about bread.
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, for me, this was entertainment, and I actually kind of did it for you and for the show.
It was.
But if you're not careful,
you're on a tightrope.
Yeah,
you could fall off, and the only thing that'll break your fall is some spoiled bread.
Yeah, and it's all fucking hard and stale. And I break my back, and that's how I die in a pile of fucking shitty bread from a silo.
What about this Trunk Club?
Trunk Club. All right, we could talk about Trunk Club real fast. We have this is the
a new sponsor.
A new sponsor that we have we have an idea for.
We got big plans for Trunk Club.
Yes. It's, you have the talking points there, right?
I have some talking points.
Is it for women or just men?
Ooh, that's a good question. I believe it's for men only.
Sorry, girls.
I believe it is. I could be wrong, and I really shouldn't be saying that. But for whatever reason, I thought it was, because it said one of the talking points was something about men are used to paying. So if they would say men and women, right?
You would think. And there's a picture of a guy. I think it's, and whatever. It's not sexist. It's just, there's plenty of fucking stores and sites that cater to women. So please don't write to KMUs with your fucking outrage. Yeah, basically. Oh, no, wait. Oh, okay. This is the stylist, the woman. Here's a hot lady. What's her name?
Well, what is the premise
Jenny Ingersoll. She's here to be your personal stylist. I guess basically what you're doing is you're buying clothes online, and you have a personal stylist that's going to help you sort of put together outfits so you can look real fly if you're going out to the club.
Right.
You're going out on a first date, any number of things. You take 10 days to try everything on. You keep what you like. You send the rest back. Shipping is free both ways. preview your trunk before it ships. Your stylist will handpick clothing. Your stylist,
kind of like Loot Crate, where you just get a box of clothing every month.
Yeah, it'll be a picture of the fucking Groot and shit on your shirt.
No,
with some matching Groot socks.
Actually, it ain't gonna be no like picture shirts. I talked to somebody from Trunk Club the other day.
Right.
Personal. Someone called me.
That was your power meeting.
It wasn't a power meeting.
No?
But very, very a little bit more sophisticated than we're used to at Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Right.
This is a little bit more
a little more high end, a little bit more frou-frou.
But the concept of it is you sign up and you get a personal stylist. And we at Tell 'em Steve Dave we're going to be given the all three of us are going to get the treatment.
Right.
But we decided we don't need it or want it.
We look good as it is. We look fine. We're fly.
But we still wanted someone to go through the process from step 1 all the way through step 4, whatever that may be.
We need somebody who is as close to a mannequin as possible without being an actual mannequin.
Oh, we got Ming to do it?
No, not Ming, unfortunately. Plus, he's already styling. He doesn't need Trunk Club. We needed to take a schlub and give him like an ambush makeover, as they say.
Turn a schmo into a Joe.
Right. At
That's
best,
good,
he's
right?
going to be a Joe. His fucking hope is to be a Joe someday. But so we all contributed the money that they gave us to buy our own clothes to our official Trunk Club / Tell 'em Steve Dave male model, Get 'em Steve Dave.
And
who all the girls will be excited to see, I'm sure.
But we thought, what better way to show you the virtues of Trunk Club is to get him go up to the stylist, because they have headquarters in New York, and they want him to come up, and they said there's drinks, and they better not have an open bar for Get 'em.
Right.
Because Trunk Club won't be able to pay the Tell 'em Steve Dave bill if there'll be no money left for clothes.
No doubt. And God willing they don't have wings, because he'll eat so many he won't fit into any of the fucking clothes they give him.
But he's going to go up to New York. He's going to talk to his stylist, and then he's going to come back to the stash. Mm-hmm. He's going to report to us for the next Trunk Club ad, and we're going to get updates from Get 'em Steve Dave, and he's going to give us his whole thought process on the whole deal. Right.
Like what was it like for someone to say, "Hello, schmo. How would you like to be a Joe?" And they dress him up, and I've said that I'm going to, we're going to go out to maybe not a club. I think I would look a little bit old I'd look like an undercover cop. But some place where Get 'em may be able to maybe talk up a lady, and see if the clothes help. See if Trunk Club and his personal stylist has helped him to the point where his personality doesn't overwhelm the girl, and they pay more attention to the finery, to his threads.
I think the first thing the stylist is going to say is, "Please turn off your flashing LED badge." That's step 1. That's going to be a big step for Get 'em.
Yeah,
turning off that LED badge is going to be a big step.
Well, how will people know who I am? It's like, well, you introduce yourself. I also think Trunk Club will say, look, pens have a way of exploding at times, so having 6 or 7 pens in your pocket is really fucking with the odds.
Can we cut from 6 down to 3? Maybe after we go down to 3, maybe we can get it down to 1. And then maybe 1 can actually go inside your pocket where 1 can't see it.
Right, yeah. Like the inside of your jacket or something. Yeah, girls don't need to see pens hanging out of your fucking front pocket.
But this person at Trunk Club called me and told me that on the first ad, she definitely wanted me to hammer home that Trunk Club nails fit, sizing, and styling.
Really?
They nail it, she said.
They nail it, huh?
Yeah, and she also said that, like, she can't get in touch with Gidim. The way that she said Gidim was as if she was saying, like, I don't know, like, she was almost like...
Diarrhea boy.
And she hadn't even met him yet.
Yeah. She's like, I know. I can feel it in my bones.
Gidim's the sound that, that someone makes when they're after a hard night drinking,
like
over
they're
the toilet.
Yeah, like they're retching or something. Well, I think, I was telling you earlier, like, Ming has been coasting on this one joke about, actually 2 jokes about low T and me being fat. So I think I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to spitefully lose weight so that I cut his comedic fucking repertoire in half, and then maybe I'll go to Trunk Club and
well, there are
me and Gidim can.
There's 5 clubhouses nationwide, Brian. There's one in Chicago, one in Dallas, one in D.C., one in L.A., and one in New York. That's the one Gidim's going to go to. And all kidding aside, though, I'm excited though for because Gidim gets a free wardrobe. We get good content, hopefully.
Sure.
It's a win-win in Trunk Club.
Not a win for Trunk Club.
Maybe not for Trunk Club.
It's not a win-win-win.
Yes, because Gidim's going to get a free, nice wardrobe. We're going to get some good content, and I don't know if anybody will join up. Maybe,
if they look at Gidim and they're like, "Damn, he looks good." If they can make Gidim look good,
but the thing is, Gidim's always looked good. Maybe his clothes, but like he's always to me looked like he's a handsome dude. I never understood why
he's not a bad look. He's not a bad looking guy, but as far as his wardrobe, it leaves a little to be desired. Okay. Well, anytime you have an LED accessory, it's unless you're at a concert or something, it's suspect. I do believe that.
So I mean, how sad is this?
I would love to go up there with him and interview the stylist too.
Well, I was hoping that he could record himself while he's talking to the stylist. To me, that's better than he plays it for us, and we have legitimate responses, like so you weren't there. You can go with him, though. That'd be good, too. Yeah, you should go with him. That may even work out.
You want me to go with him? Yeah, and I'll record it.
But, like, how sad is it, or how great is it that on our pod we're looking forward to doing commercials? We've got MeUndies coming up that's going to be the thriller of MeUndies, and now this. What other podcast could say that the commercials are better than the actual content?
Not many. Not many. And we look so far. That's it. Like the people that set up our commercials for us are like, this is literally becoming like a mini epic, like
My Fair Gidim
process. Yeah, My Fair Gidim. Fucking Pygmalion Gidim. I can't.
Did you know, like?
I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this all plays out.
But Gidim's MIA, though. Like, Trunk Club can't get a hold of him?
Well, as Jordan goes, he won't answer my emails. It's just like, look, you fucking fat jerk-off, you're gonna get some free clothes.
I mean,
would you answer a goddamn email?
This is high-end, top-notch shit.
Yeah, I don't mean look. I wear Target T-shirts, so I'm not. This is not Target quality. This
ain't
not
Loot Crate T-shirt.
This
either.
ain't Walmart. No, this ain't. I actually love the Loot Crate. I'm wearing a Loot Crate shirt right now, man. They're so soft. But you're right. They're not printed T-shirts. It's like this is fancy man stuff. He could go for a job interview and this stuff where he doesn't have to fucking dance and clean up horse shit at the same time.
But I mean, in all honesty, I'm not fucking around. This could be life changing.
Yeah,
you could change your whole outlook on things with a brand new outfit.
It's going to raise his self-esteem. It's gotta.
Is it down his self-esteem? I've never known him to be a downer.
Yeah, if he constantly texts Suzanne about that girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I have a little bit of inside info where he's
Gidim never shows me his sad face.
Nah,
he's always up for me, and I appreciate that about him.
Yeah,
he's always there to make me smile.
Yeah, thank God you're not real.
He's always been my clown, and I appreciate that. I'm glad he never asked me to actually have to listen to something like substantial or meaningful in his life.
Yeah, thank you, Get him. You're the jester I need.
All right. So that's it. We got to get out of here.
That's
The
it.
diner's closing. We closed it. We closed this fucker down.
Yeah, man. We're
I thought
fucked.
it was open 24 hours. I'm shocked.
So did I. At 11 o'clock, I was like, I can't even believe it. I believe it's 11. That's fucking shocking.
Right, so that's it. Look, you have, I mean, again, only on Tell 'em Steve Dave could we make people look forward to the commercials more than
the
the 90% of the rest of the show.
Yeah, really. Oh, and the only other thing, real fast, Audible.
Oh yeah,
is coming up.
It's coming.
And the reason that it was delayed was because the Jizzmeister General Walt Flanagan demanded more jizz.
Yes, I was like, there's not enough jizz. I want jizz coming out of every orifice.
Right.
And I had a couple that I didn't have jizz leaking out of, and I demanded that the Brian and Q pack more TSD references in, and we went back and re-recorded some stuff. It's in the can, and so we're just waiting on approval, and it should be very shortly.
It's not only coming out of every orifice, it's seeping out of our pores at this point. More jizz than you can fucking shake a stick at.
All right, so tell him, Steve Dave, and we'll be back with updates on Audible,
Very
Trunk
soon.
Club, MeUndies.
Out of context.
So much stuff. to look
Claymation.
forward. Claymation updates.
We got a lot going on.
It's all. Tell them Steve Dave should just be an infomercial. It shouldn't be. It's just
Yeah.
commercials.
It actually kind of is. It kind of was today.
Tell them Steve Dave. All right, this is it. We're back with the conclusion of Pod Wars.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Ning, you want to go first? I'll go first. I'll set the table.
Take it away.
This is also for you guys. Didn't think me and Mike could pod. Fuck you guys. It's all good, baby, baby. Mike Z, give me a beat. Yo, tell him Steve Dave used to be great. Walt making hay, Bryce spewing out hate. Pew spinning tails, bedding down hoes. But what the fuck happened? Now your pod blows. So what the fuck, Bry? Where the fuck you been? Letting down your hoes while out committing sin. How many times do I have to fill in for your ass? Peeps love me better, so I guess you get a pass. So just admit it now, your pod fucking sucks. And now I ask you, Bry. Oh, what the fuck? Give me that beat back. Used to be great, used to be grand, but Bry's giving up, limp dick in his hand. Johnson family drama was the reason, was the case. Dissing all the peeps, big slap in the face. Pissed down again, pissed all over the fans. Yet another best of while your dick flat Suzanne. It's time to move over, make way for the king. Pod on fucking now to the dynasty Migs. Me and Mike C, we've been podding the hits. Top on all the charts while you eating our shit. No cream, no pills, no shit to get some wood. Me and Mike get ladies just by podding real good. Just for the record, wars don't mean shit. Shitty facts, shitty cops don't mean you a hit. You hear these words now, I know that it stinks. So step aside for the podcast king, that's me. Yo, Brian Johnson, going to your doom. Living in hotels, bringing junkies to your room. Fucking life up, man, it's really, really sad. And when I bang chicks, I don't need to hold a gun up to their head. Forwards is strong with you, what else can I say? At least my lady didn't forget my fucking birthday. So I leave now with the middle finger wave. Me and Mike see out. Fuck you, Tom Steve Day!
If you go too far, it's because you want a fucking trophy. That's all. It's nothing personal.
Right, that's right.
Just want a trophy, no matter what. No matter if you really hurt these guys' feelings. The trophy's all that matters, right?
I wouldn't know yet, but I'll leave it.
All right, go.
Chess is like a sword fight.
Yo.
You must think first, right? Before you move.
Who's that bitch Walt got on a chain? Who runs the toy stores in the rain? Who's the Jew, but you wouldn't know it? Never ate kosher, he just forgo it. Sunday Jeff, you think that motherfucker's deaf? He's got boxes full of toys inside his house. Could've spent that money taking his kids out. Women run when he flutters down the block. When he got married, he wore a Wookiee's cock. What? Sunday Jeff, yo, you think he's deaf? Jeff blows. He ain't in charge, but his name is Chief. He's too nice a guy, so I don't have no beef. The discount he gives me when he rings me up. To Chief, I only do wish good luck. Since I gotta pick on something for this game, I sell comics, it's kinda lame. I really don't think that the fault is Chief's. Ming only started reading comics last week. Late at night when I can't sleep, I sell comics, cause it is beat. He's got a great head of hair and he's huffing me to this. The worst part of Chief is his little pal Cliff.
All right, you ready for Sunday Jeff's rap? Go!
All right. Whoa, this is going out to everybody out there. Ding, dang, ping, my name is Mig. Or should I say Cliff? I like to riff. I sell comics, that's your line. Is that Mike's cock in your behind? Right. Is that a little speech glitch? Just remember, buck nuts will always be better, bitch. I know you like hot dogs, so step aside. Why don't you have some of my Jewish pride? Sunday Jeff's gonna drop you like a bad habit. Stop wearing high heels, you goddamn.
All right, Bri, you're up. We heard this one is enough to cause a comatose.
Yes, let's hear it.
I don't think he's going to be knocked into a coma, but I'll try. J. Sarge, drop me a beat. He's Cliff to the moon sea. Dumb as fuck, we knew that shit long before 1, 2, 3. Know what one of your lies shouldn't be? That you give a fuck about your motherfucking family. Daddy Chan went in raw dog instead of glove. Out pop baby Ming who mama didn't love. Hot dogs with no buns on birthdays, presents on Christmas. I get more on Earth Day. Psycho lady boy jerking off on women's heels. Fuck a pallet eating shit like Comic-Con eels. $300 jeans hugging his tight little ass. 300 pounds a week still waiting for a non-pity laugh. Got a body like an 8-year-old girl. He all smooth like a seal. Running, keeping every day still. Somehow got the muscle tone of a veal. Nigga, my brother, I love you and I don't mean to diss. Yo, but one more thing. Why's your skin the color of piss?
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.